What is the secret to keeping those tiny floppy-eared companions healthy and full of life through the simple act of choosing the right daily meals? How can you ensure that your Holland Lop rabbit receives all the vital nutrients they need to support their small bodies and sensitive digestive systems? Which specific types of hay are considered the gold standard for dental health, and which colorful vegetables should you only offer as a rare treat? Hi, welcome back to Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and I am gonna teach you everything you need to know about feeding a Holland Lop rabbit, using very easy steps. Holland Lops are famous for being the smallest of the lop-eared breeds, but even though they are tiny, they have very big nutritional requirements. Today, we are going to explore the world of rabbit food in a way that makes you feel like a professional caretaker. Feeding a rabbit is not just about giving them carrots, it is a careful balance of fiber, vitamins, and hydration that keeps their tiny hearts beating strong and their ears flopping happily. The absolute foundation of any Holland Lop's diet must be high-quality grass hay, and it should make up at least 80% of everything they eat in a single day. Timothy hay is usually the best choice for adult rabbits, because it is very high in fiber and low in protein and calcium, which is perfect for their metabolism. The long strands of hay are not just for nutrition, they are actually a mechanical tool that helps grind down the rabbit's teeth, which never stop growing throughout their entire life. If a rabbit does not eat enough hay, their teeth can become too long and painful, making it impossible for them to eat anything at all. You should provide your Holland Lop with a pile of fresh hay that is at least the size of their own body every single morning and evening. This allows them to nibble and chew all day long, which is a natural behavior that keeps their digestive tract moving and prevents a dangerous condition called GI stasis. Think of hay as the engine oil for your rabbit's body. Without it, everything inside will eventually come to a very painful stop. While hay is the most important part, you also need to provide a small amount of high-quality pellets to ensure your Holland Lop gets the specific vitamins they might miss from grass alone. For a small breed like the Holland Lop, you only need to give about 1/8 to 1/4 of a cup of pellets per day to avoid making them overweight. You should always look for pellets that are based on Timothy hay, rather than alfalfa hay, especially once your rabbit is older than 6 or 7 months. Avoid the colorful muesli mixes that contain seeds, corn, or dried fruit, because these are like junk food for rabbits and can cause very serious dental and stomach problems. The pellets should look like simple, green, compressed grass cylinders, without any extra colors or fancy shapes added to the bag. Feeding time for pellets is a great way to bond with your bunny, and you can even hand feed them to teach them that you are a source of good things. By measuring the pellets accurately every day, you are protecting your rabbit's heart and joints from the heavy burden of being an obese pet. Fresh leafy greens are the third pillar of a healthy rabbit diet, and they provide essential moisture and a variety of minerals that keep the rabbit's fur shiny and their eyes bright. You should aim to give your Holland Lop about 1 packed cup of greens for every 2 pounds of their body weight, offered in a fresh salad every day. Some of the best choices include romaine lettuce, kale, parsley, cilantro, and dandelion greens, as these are all safe and very tasty for small herbivores. However, you must be careful to avoid iceberg lettuce, because it contains too much water and a chemical called laudanum, which can be very harmful in large amounts. It is a good idea to rotate the types of greens you buy, so that your rabbit doesn't get too much of one specific mineral, like calcium or oxalates. Always wash the vegetables thoroughly to remove any pesticides or dirt before you put them in the rabbit's bowl. Watching a Holland Lop wiggle their tiny nose while they munch on a piece of fresh kale is one of the most peaceful and cute sights in the world. Hydration is a massive factor in rabbit health, and you must ensure that your Holland Lop has access to clean, fresh water at all every second of the day. Many people use drip bottles, but research shows that rabbits actually prefer drinking from a heavy ceramic bowl, because it is more natural for them and allows them to drink more water quickly. Because rabbits eat so much dry hay, they need plenty of water to help push that fiber through their long and complex digestive system. You should change the water at least once a day to prevent bacteria from growing and you should wash the bowl with soap and water every few days. If a rabbit becomes even slightly dehydrated, their stomach can slow down, which is a medical emergency that requires a trip to the veterinarian immediately. In the summer months, you can even put a small ice cube in their water bowl to keep it cool and refreshing for your tiny friend. Clean water is the simplest and cheapest medicine you can provide to keep your Holland Lop living a long and vibrant life by your side. Treats are a wonderful way to interact with your pet, but you must be very disciplined, because Holland Lops have a very strong sweet tooth and will beg for fruit constantly. Fruits like strawberries, raspberries, apples, and bananas should be considered rare rewards, and should never be more than 1 teaspoon per day. Because rabbits are designed to eat low-calorie grass, their bodies cannot handle a large amount of sugar, which can cause the bad bacteria in their gut to grow too fast. Carrots are actually quite high in sugar too, so the classic image of a rabbit eating a whole carrot is actually a very unhealthy habit that you should avoid. A small slice of carrot, or a tiny piece of apple, without the seeds is plenty to make your Holland Lop feel special and loved. You can also use natural treats like dried hibiscus flowers or rose petals, which provide flavor and fun, without the dangerous sugar levels found in fruit. Remember that the best way to show love to your rabbit is through a long life of health, not through a bowl full of sugary snacks that will make them sick. Understanding the unique digestive system of a rabbit is essential for any owner, as they have a process called hindgut fermentation that involves eating their own droppings. You might notice your Holland Lop eating small, soft, dark, grape-like clusters called cecotropes, usually early in the morning or late at night. While this might seem gross to us, it is actually a vital step for them to absorb B vitamins and proteins that were produced by the bacteria in their gut. You should never try to stop your rabbit from doing this, as it is a sign that their digestive system is working exactly as it should be. If you see these soft droppings left behind on the floor, it might mean your rabbit's diet is too rich in sugar or protein, and you should increase their hay intake immediately. A healthy rabbit will always have round, dry, cocoa puff-looking droppings that are made of crushed up hay, and have no smell. Paying attention to what comes out of your rabbit is the best way to know if what is going into their mouth is actually the right choice for their health. The age of your Holland Lop will change their nutritional needs significantly, especially during their first year of life, when they are growing very fast. Baby rabbits, or kits, should be fed alfalfa hay, instead of Timothy hay, until they are about 6 or 7 months old, because alfalfa is higher in calcium and protein. During this growth phase, they can also have unlimited pellets, to make sure they develop strong bones and a thick, healthy coat of fur. Once they reach adulthood, you must slowly transition them to the Timothy-based diet, to prevent them from getting bladder sludge, or stones caused by too much calcium. Senior rabbits who are over 6 years old might need to go back to a more calorie-dense diet, if they start to lose weight as they get older. Every stage of life is a new chapter in their feeding book, and as a professional owner, you must be ready to turn the page and adjust the menu. Consistency in feeding times is very important for rabbits, because they are creatures of habit, and their bodies thrive on a predictable schedule. You should try to feed your Holland Lop at the same time every morning and evening, so their digestive system stays in a steady rhythm. Many owners choose to give fresh greens in the morning, and a small portion of pellets in the evening, with hay being topped up throughout the day. If you are late with a meal, your rabbit might become stressed, or start chewing on your furniture out of frustration or hunger. Having a routine also helps you notice immediately if something is wrong. If your rabbit doesn't come running for their favorite pellets, it is often the first sign of illness. A healthy rabbit is always hungry, so a loss of appetite is a major red flag that means you need to call your vet right away. By keeping a strict schedule, you are creating a safe and secure world for your tiny friend, where they never have to worry about their next meal. The way you present the food can also provide mental stimulation and environmental enrichment for your Holland Lop, keeping their brain as active as their tummy. Instead of just putting hay in a bowl, you can stuff it inside cardboard tubes, willow baskets, or hanging hay mangers to make them work for their food. Rabbits are natural foragers, and they enjoy the challenge of pulling and tugging at their hay to get the best pieces out of a hiding spot. You can even hide their daily pellets in a snuffle mat or a puzzle toy, to encourage them to use their powerful nose to find their dinner. This prevents boredom and reduces destructive behaviors, like chewing on baseboards or carpet, which often happens when a rabbit has nothing to do. Feeding time should be a fun game that mimics the life of a wild rabbit searching for the best grass in a large meadow. A busy bunny is a happy bunny, and using food as a tool for play is a brilliant way to improve the quality of their daily life. We must also talk about the dangerous foods that should never enter your Holland Lop's enclosure, even if they seem like they would be healthy. Onions, garlic, leeks, and chives are all part of the allium family, and are highly toxic to rabbits, as they can cause a breakdown of red blood cells. You should also avoid giving them any type of human grain like bread, crackers, cereal, or pasta, as these are far too starchy and will cause the gut to stop moving. Rhubarb and avocado are also very dangerous and can be fatal, if even a small amount is eaten by a tiny Holland Lop. Even some types of wood can be toxic, so if you give them branches to chew on, make sure they are from safe trees like apple, willow, or pear. It is always better to be safe than sorry, so if you are not 100% sure a food is safe, do not give it to your rabbit. Being a professional owner means doing your research and protecting your pet from the invisible dangers that might be hiding in your kitchen. Weight management is a critical part of feeding, because Holland Lops are so small that even a few extra ounces can cause major health problems. Because they have those cute, floppy ears and big eyes, it is very easy to overfeed them, but an obese rabbit cannot clean themselves properly and is at risk for flystrike and pododermatitis. You should be able to feel your rabbit's ribs easily under their fur, but they should not be sticking out sharply. This is the sign of a perfect body condition. If your rabbit is getting too round, you should cut back on the pellets and fruit first, while keeping the hay and greens the same. Exercise is the partner of a good diet, so make sure your Holland Lop has several hours of run time outside of their cage every day, to burn off their calories. A fit rabbit is much more likely to be active, playful, and affectionate than one that is too heavy to move around comfortably. Keeping your rabbit slim is the ultimate act of kindness that will allow them to live a much longer life by your side. When introducing any new food to your Holland Lop, you must follow the rule of one, which means only adding one new item at a time in very small amounts. Rabbits have very specific good bacteria in their stomach, and a sudden change in food can kill those bacteria and make the rabbit very sick with diarrhea. Start with a piece of a new vegetable the size of a postage stamp, and watch your rabbit's droppings for the next 24 hours. If the droppings stay round and dry, you can slowly increase the amount over several days, until it is a regular part of their salad. If you notice any soft stool or if the rabbit stops eating, stop the new food immediately, and go back to just hay and water for a day or two. This slow and careful approach is how professionals avoid the common tummy upsets that can be so dangerous for small animals. Patience is your best friend when it comes to expanding your rabbit's menu and keeping their internal world balanced and happy. Communication with your Holland Lop during feeding time is a wonderful way to build a bridge of trust. You can talk to them about what you are preparing, saying things like, "Here is your fresh hay," or, "Would you like some cilantro today?" Rabbits are very intelligent, and they can learn to recognize the sound of their name and the crinkle of a bag of treats from across the house. Use a soft and gentle voice to keep them calm, especially if they are a bit nervous about a new bowl or a new location for their food. The more you talk to your pet, the more they will see you as a safe and providing member of their warren, which is the word for a group of rabbits. This social connection is just as important as the food itself, as a lonely or stressed rabbit will often lose their appetite and become withdrawn. You are the leader of their tiny world, and your voice is the music that tells them everything is okay and that dinner is finally served. Thank you so much for spending this time with me at Paw and Order, to learn the professional secrets of feeding a Holland Lop rabbit correctly and safely. Remember that hay is king, water is life, and sugar is a tiny treat, that should only be given with great care and discipline. By following these simple steps, you are becoming the best possible owner for your tiny, floppy-eared companion. I am Carl, and I am so proud of the dedication you are showing to your pet's health, and to your own personal growth and learning journey. Every small decision you make in the kitchen has a big impact on the happiness and longevity of your rabbit, so keep up the amazing work you are doing. I look forward to our next adventure, where we will explore more topics about the wonderful world of animals, and how to care for them with love. Until then, keep your hay fresh, your water clean, and your bunny's nose wiggling with joy.